The seeds of our future grow from our ideas. Every significant accomplishment begins with a single idea. An idea of what might be is essential to comprehending the significant influence our thoughts have on forming our reality. Today, we'll look at how to use our minds to change our lives by directing our ideas toward the results we want. Our ideas are strong weapons that have the capacity to influence the world around us. The idea that ideas become things is more than just a catchphrase for inspiration. It is a cornerstone of the human condition. The acts we take and the results we attain are strongly influenced by the way we view ourselves, our skills, and our future. We may design a life that fulfills our greatest hopes and wishes by comprehending and using the power of thought. Every invention, work of art, and significant development in human history started with a single idea, began as only a concept in one person's head. These ideas were cultivated in the mind, and when they were applied, they materialized. In our private life, the same rule holds true. We are more inclined to act in ways congruent with these ideas if we believe that we are powerful, capable, and successful. On the other hand, if we are plagued by doubts and pessimism, we may unintentionally hinder our own progress and reach our full potential. To fully utilize the power of thinking, we must first recognize our mental habits. Our minds are continuously working, producing a constant flow of ideas. Many of these thoughts that we have during the day are automatic and are influenced by our past, present, and surroundings. Prior to altering our reality, we need to become aware of these thoughts, patterns, and recognize those that are ineffective for us. This calls for attention and introspection, taking the time to notice our thoughts objectively and comprehend how they affect our feelings and behaviors. 11. Our thoughts are known to us. The next action is to develop an attitude that is consistent with our objectives. This entails consciously deciding to concentrate on uplifting, empowering ideas that represent the reality we want to live in. 2. Ignoring difficulties or rejecting reality is not what positive thinking is about. It's about continuing to have a positive and upbeat attitude despite hardship. We make ourselves open to opportunities and solutions that we might otherwise miss by concentrating on possibilities rather than constraints. Affirmations are an effective technique for changing the way we think. Positive statements that support our intended thoughts and objectives are called affirmations. We can rewire our subconscious mind to reflect our conscious intentions by consistently repeating affirmations. You might use affirmations like, "I am confident in my abilities," or "I achieve success in everything I do," if your goal is to be self-assured and successful. Gradually, with the support of these affirmations, you may change the way you talk to yourself and develop a stronger, more positive self-image. Another useful method for maximizing the power of cognition is visualization. Imagining our desired outcome in detail and as though it has already occurred is known as visualization. Our goals become clearer as a result of this practice, which also gets our body and mind ready to take the required steps to get there. Visualization helps to close the gap between where we are and where we want to be, making our goals feel more realistic and attainable. When we visualize our success, we activate the same neural pathways that are involved in the actual experience, increasing the likelihood that we will perform well when the time comes. Our behaviors are influenced by our emotions, which are influenced by our thoughts. Joy, thankfulness, enthusiasm, and other pleasant emotions are produced by thinking positively, and these feelings inspire us to behave positively. Conversely, though, by deliberately choosing to concentrate on good thoughts, we can create positive feelings that motivate us to reach our goals. Unpleasant thoughts can give rise to unpleasant emotions such as fear, doubt, and frustration, which can paralyze us and hinder us from moving forward. Thoughts have an impact on more than only our own life, relationships with others, and the environment we live in. Our perceptions and attitudes are shaped by our thoughts, and our conduct and communication reflect these views and attitudes. Positive self and other perception increases our propensity to form wholesome, sustaining relationships and make constructive contributions to our communities. Our thoughts have an impact on other people's life as well as our own, as they have a cascading effect. It's critical to understand that altering our cognitive processes takes time. Just as exercising strengthens our muscles, it also demands regular effort and practice. Mental practices that promote mindfulness, affirmations, and visualization help us think thousands of times more productively and favorably. Along the journey, we will face obstacles and failures. But if we are persistent and dedicated, we can progressively change our perspective and build a reality that fulfills our greatest dreams. By becoming conscious of our ideas, the powerful force known as the power of thought creates our reality. We may change our lives by adopting a positive outlook, employing affirmations and visualization, and realizing the link between our ideas, feelings, and behaviors. Just keep in mind that a man follows his thoughts. We have the ability to design a life that not only fulfills our highest hopes, but beyond them by using the power of thought. Accept the process of changing the way you think and see as your reality starts to take shape in unexpected ways. The foundation of achievement and personal growth is self-discipline. While talent and luck can play a part in success, the capacity to regulate one's emotions, behaviors, and wants in the face of external influences is what keeps one focused on long-term objectives. It takes self-control to turn potential into reality. It is the constant practice of choosing choices that are consistent with our goals and values, even when those choices are fundamentally challenging. To practice self-discipline, we must prioritize our desires over our wants. While it's simple to get sucked into the instant thrill of momentary pleasures, true joy comes from putting all of your effort and attention into long-term ambitions. This entails fighting the impulse to put things off, staying focused, and honoring our agreements. It takes a keen awareness of our priorities and the determination to make compromises in order to attain them, even when motivation wanes. The establishment of precise, well-defined goals is a useful strategy for cultivating self-control. Specific goals offer a clear direction and a sense of purpose, while ambiguous aims produce results that are equally nebulous. It's critical to divide goals into doable steps while creating them. This reduces the amount of work required to reach the goals and offers a clear path to success. Every little move made in the direction of a goal increases momentum and strengthens the self-control habit. Establishing a routine that is structured is another essential component of self-control. By creating dependable habits, a well-defined routine helps to remove the need for frequent decision-making and lowers the risk of succumbing to distractions. We establish an atmosphere that supports our goals by doing things like getting up at the same time every day and setting aside particular hours for work, exercise, or personal growth. Establishing routines helps one feel in control and predictable, which facilitates concentration. Productive accountability is another effective strategy for developing self-control. Holding ourselves accountable means accepting accountability for our deeds and their results. Self-monitoring is one way to do this, as it allows us to evaluate our performance and track our development. Sharing our objectives with a dependable friend, mentor, or coach can also help to create external responsibility and support. Being reminded of our obligations by someone else can spur us to keep our word and fulfill our commitments. Delaying gratification is a key component of self-control. This entails eschewing the lure of quick earnings in favor of long-term benefits. Studies indicate that those with the capacity to postpone satisfaction typically experience more success and well-being. To bolster this capacity, it can be beneficial to concentrate on the long-term advantages and remind ourselves of the significance of our objectives. Additionally helpful are visualization techniques, which enable us to mentally practice the process of reaching our objectives and the gratification that follows. Managing our surroundings to further our objectives is another aspect of self-discipline. This entails eliminating or reducing distractions that could cause us to lose focus. For instance, utilizing apps that restrict screen time or designating specific times for checking social media can be helpful if it's a significant source of distraction. Our capacity to stay concentrated can be greatly improved by setting up a clutter-free, interruption-free workspace. By intentionally planning our surroundings, we also make it simpler to uphold self-control. Self-control and physical well-being are intimately related. The energy and mental clarity required to maintain discipline are provided by a nutritious diet, regular exercise, and enough sleep. Particularly, physical activity has been demonstrated to elevate mood, lessen stress, and improve cognitive function, all of which support improved self-control. Making self-care a priority guarantees that we are in the greatest possible shape to pursue our objectives tenaciously and vigorously. The capacity to control our emotions is a crucial component of self-discipline. Though they can be strong motivators, emotions can also be dangerous if they are not controlled. Acquiring emotional intelligence. Even in trying circumstances, maintaining composure and concentration is facilitated by having the capacity to identify, comprehend, and regulate our emotions. We can learn to control our emotions and uphold self-control by practicing mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing exercises, and writing. One essential element of self-control is resilience. There are frequent challenges and disappointments in our way of accomplishing our objectives. The capacity to overcome hardship and carry on when things get hard is resilience. It entails keeping an optimistic outlook, picking up from mistakes, and adjusting to new situations. A growth mindset, the conviction that we can improve our skills through hard work and persistence, is necessary to cultivate resilience. When we see obstacles as chances to improve, we become more determined and develop better self-control. It's critical to acknowledge and honor our accomplishments by celebrating our victories along the road. Encourages the practice of self-control and inspires us to keep working toward our objectives, no matter how tiny. Festivities give us a feeling of success and serve as a reminder of our development. They also add to the enjoyment of the journey, which keeps us motivated and committed. The secret to realizing our potential and accomplishing our objectives is self-control. Setting specific objectives, establishing orderly schedules, taking responsibility for our actions, postponing gratification, maintaining our surroundings, placing an emphasis on our physical well-being, controlling our emotions, fortifying our resilience, and recognizing our accomplishments via self-control are all necessary. By giving ourselves the freedom to make decisions that are consistent with our goals and values, we open the door to a successful and meaningful life. Visualization is an effective tool that can have a big impact on our capacity to reach our objectives and realize our potential. It entails visualizing our ideal results clearly in our minds and using all of our senses to enhance the realism of the encounter. Through consistent visualization practice, we may train our minds to concentrate on our goals and set ourselves up for success. Clearly stating our goals is the first step in the visualization process. This means that instead of having an ambiguous aim, we need to define concrete, clear goals that we can visualize. In addition to expressing a desire for success, we need to clearly define our goals, which could include running a successful company, finishing a marathon, or learning a new skill. Our practice will be more successful the more precise our goal is and the easier it is to visualize. 11. Our aim is very clear. We must see accomplishing it in great detail. This entails visualizing both the destination and the journey therefrom. For example, if running a marathon is our objective, we should picture ourselves training consistently, being driven and strong, conquering challenges, and eventually reaching the finish line. We should visualize the sights, sounds, smells, and feelings connected to every stop along the way. This thorough imagery aids in firmly ingraining the objective in our subconscious. Visualization becomes more realistic and vivid when we use all of our senses. Thousands of us should experience the sounds around us, the bodily sensations we feel, and the emotions connected to our accomplishment rather than just watching ourselves succeed. If we want to deliver a presentation that is successful, we should visualize the following: the audience, our voice, the microphone, the rush of adrenaline, and a feeling of accomplishment. Effective visualization requires constant practice. The more immersive the visualization, the more it prepares our mind and body for real-life execution. Visualizing our goals just once or twice is insufficient. Even a short daily visualization session can make a big difference, so we should incorporate it into our routine. These sessions function as mental rehearse sessions that improve our neural pathways linked to goal achievement and reinforce our dedication to our goals. Our minds eventually learn to expect success, and we begin to behave in ways consistent with the results we have imagined. By successfully imagining ourselves in situations where problems may arise, visualization also helps us overcome them and develop resilience. By navigating them, we equip ourselves to deal with challenges in the actual world. This proactive strategy helps to boost confidence and lessen worry because we have already overcome these mental challenges. EEOs, for instance, if we foresee experiencing setbacks in our business, we can picture approaches to deal with them, like problem solving, seeking out assistance, and maintaining motivation in the face of challenges. Visualizing the advantages and rewards of accomplishing our objectives is crucial. This keeps us motivated and concentrated on the benefits of our work in the long run. If we want to improve our health, we should picture the benefits of feeling joyful, confident, and energetic, in addition to the disciplined habits of eating well and exercising. This encouraging feedback increases our desire to continue on the path and fortifies our resolve to do so. Through activating the same cerebral circuits involved in task execution, visualization can likewise improve our performance. Studies have indicated that athletes might enhance their physical capabilities by mentally practicing their performances. This idea can be used to many facets of life, such as public speaking and academic success, by envisioning ourselves. We then prepare our bodies and minds to emulate that achievement in real life. By combining mental and physical practice, we can become more prepared and self-assured. Clarifying and increasing the sense of attainable goals is another advantage of visualizing. Frequently, we may have goals that appear impossible or unachievable. We can lay them out clearly by dividing them into more manageable, visually represented steps. For example, this technique demystifies the objective and makes it seem more achievable. If our objective is to create a book, it can be less daunting to see the process of writing a chapter, then another, and finally finishing the manuscript. Visualization is a potent tool for improving oneself and one's personal development. We can begin to acquire the attitudes, habits, and behaviors that are consistent with our vision of the person we want to become by envisioning that person. We are more prone to act in ways that demonstrate our perceived success, assertiveness, and confidence. Visualization guides our metamorphosis and promotes ongoing evolution by assisting in bridging the gap between our existing and ideal selves. Visualization is a powerful tool that, via the creation of vivid, comprehensive mental representations of our intended results, can greatly increase our ability to reach our objectives and become what we imagine. We can program our minds for success by using all of our senses and practicing frequently. Goal clarification, resilience building, performance enhancement, and personal development are all facilitated by visualization. It is an incredibly potent instrument that helps us become the best versions of ourselves by enabling us to make our dreams come true. Our beliefs serve as the cornerstone of our reality, forming our understanding of the world and our role in it. They also function as filters, affecting our thoughts, actions, and eventually the results we achieve. Anyone looking to identify and change their beliefs in order to transform their life must first understand the significant effects of their beliefs. By overcoming limiting ideas, we can realize our greatest potential and build a world that reflects our most ardent desires. Because they act as the filters through which we interpret our experiences, beliefs have great influence. When we have a certain belief, we often look for evidence to support it and ignore or reject information to the contrary. Confirmation bias is a phenomenon that strengthens our pre-existing ideas and gives the impression that they are unalterable and legitimate. For example, if we think we're not very good at public speaking, we might dwell on previous experiences where we were uncomfortable or made mistakes, which would just serve to confirm our perception that we're not very good at it. Speakers. On the other hand, we are more likely to recall and highlight success if we feel competent and self-assured. Speaking about personal experiences, being conscious of one's beliefs is the first step towards using them to your advantage. This necessitates self-reflection and introspection. We must investigate the ideas we have about the world, ourselves, and other people, and take into account how these ideas affect our actions and choices. Limiting ideas are frequently derived from cultural indoctrination, personal experiences, or other people's viewpoints. Thoughts such as "I'm not smart enough," "I don't deserve success," or "the world is a dangerous place" can materialize. By recognizing these ideas, we can comprehend the potential hold they may have on us. 11. Now that we've recognized our limiting ideas, we can start the process of questioning and altering them. This entails challenging the veracity of these ideas and looking for data to the contrary. For instance, if we think we are incapable of achieving a certain objective, we can consider our prior achievements and successes as proof of our potential. We can also turn to mentors or role models who have accomplished comparable objectives. We may change our perspective and become more receptive to new opportunities by constantly challenging limiting beliefs and replacing them with empowering ones. This reinforces the concept that success is achievable for us as well. It takes more than just knowledge to change our ideas. It also needs emotional and hands-on involvement. A powerful method for changing beliefs is vivid imagery. By visualizing ourselves, reaching our objectives, and succeeding, we can build new neural connections that reinforce the reality we want. By doing this, you can strengthen good beliefs and lessen the influence of negative ones. For instance, if we have self-doubt, we can see ourselves rising to the occasion, smiling, accepting praise and acclaim, and feeling proud of our achievements. This mental rehearsal has the potential to gradually change our beliefs and boost our self-esteem. Affirmations are another effective technique for transforming beliefs. Positive phrases that represent our intended results and beliefs are called affirmations. We may rewire our subconscious minds and encourage new, empowering thoughts by consistently repeating affirmations. For example, we can utilize affirmations such as, "I am capable of achieving my goals," "I am deserving of success and happiness," or "I have the skills and knowledge to succeed," to help us develop a belief in our ability to succeed. Affirmations can be used consistently to help replace outdated, limiting beliefs with more positive ones. Affirmations and visualization. Taking action is necessary to alter beliefs. Our thoughts receive feedback from our experiences and acts, either confirming or disputing our beliefs. We can gather evidence to support our new views by making tiny, steady progress toward our objectives. For instance, if we want to think that we can learn new abilities, we can begin by setting aside time every day to study and practice. And as we observe growth and progress, we can grow to believe that we can. And as we become more capable, our actions not only support our evolving beliefs, but also foster confidence and momentum. It's critical to understand that it may require time and effort to change deeply rooted views. Our subconscious mind, which is used to our outdated thought patterns, could put up a fight. Throughout this procedure, persistence and patience are crucial. Even though we can encounter obstacles or periods of uncertainty, it's imperative that we remain dedicated to our mission of changing our ideas. We may keep motivated and on track by surrounding ourselves with encouraging individuals, asking mentors or coaches for advice, and acknowledging little accomplishments along the road. Our beliefs are greatly influenced by our surroundings as well. Our path of transforming our views can be aided by the people we engage with, the media we watch, and the cultural norms we are exposed to. Establishing an atmosphere that supports our new, empowering 1,000 beliefs is beneficial. This could entail reaching out for uplifting and encouraging connections, consuming motivational and informative content, and integrating ourselves into groups that match our objectives and values. By deliberately selecting our surroundings, we can establish a nurturing environment for our development and reaffirm our new convictions. Our world is greatly influenced by our beliefs. Oftentimes, without our conscious knowledge, they influence our attitudes, actions, and results. We may change our lives by recognizing, questioning, and replacing limiting beliefs with liberating ones. Affirmations, visualization, and taking action are all powerful tools for altering our thoughts and building a reality that is consistent with our goals. By means of endurance, perseverance, and a nurturing atmosphere, we can utilize the potential of 1,000 beliefs to reach our utmost capabilities and lead a happy and prosperous existence. Leaving our comfort zone is frequently a necessary step on the path to personal development and goal achievement. Our comfort zone is a psychological place with predictable results, little danger, and well-known routines that make us feel safe and comfortable. While being in this zone makes us feel safe, it can also restrict our potential and keep us from realizing our full potential. In order to grow and transform, we must push past our comfort zones and embrace discomfort. Leaving our comfort zone forces us to encounter unfamiliar situations and things that could make us feel uneasy or unnerving at first. Nonetheless, this discomfort is an essential component of the process of growth. It's through discomfort that we grow, learn new abilities, and acquire important perspectives. For example, if we are used to a regular job and want to progress in our profession, accepting new duties, going back to school, or seeking a more senior role may seem intimidating at first. For professional growth, advancement, and personal development, these stages are essential. The chance to learn and develop is one of the main advantages of venturing outside of our comfort zone. We expose ourselves to fresh viewpoints, difficulties, and abilities when we partake in new situations that we wouldn't come across in our daily routine. Learning may improve our skills, boost our self-esteem, and extend our perspectives. For instance, developing a new skill or language calls us to step outside of our comfort zones and rise to the challenge. As we do so, we gain experience and knowledge that furthers our personal development. Resilience can also be developed by facing discomfort. The capacity to overcome obstacles and adjust to new situations is resilience. Situations we face challenges and hardships when we venture outside of our comfort zones, which puts our tenacity and problem-solving abilities to the test. Every obstacle we conquer increases our capacity to withstand hardship in the future. Resilience is a valuable quality in all facets of life, including relationships and career pursuits. By consistently pushing ourselves beyond our comfort zones, we cultivate an attitude that welcomes difficulties and sees them as chances for improvement. The opportunity to pursue new interests and passions is a significant benefit of stepping outside of our comfort zone. By trying new things, we may discover hidden talents or passions that we were previously unaware of. For instance, attending a community event, joining a new club, or visiting a new location can expose us to new experiences and interests, enriching our lives and expanding our sense of possibility. Often we confine ourselves to what is familiar and comfortable, missing out on opportunities to explore new areas of interest. Venturing beyond our comfort zones additionally stimulates ingenuity and inventiveness. When we work in our comfort zones, we frequently turn to tried and true procedures and fixes. True innovation, however, frequently entails thinking creatively and experimenting with novel ideas. We become more receptive to original thoughts and creative possibilities when we embrace discomfort and try new things. From personal projects to problem solutions, this exploratory and experimental approach may lead to breakthroughs and progress in many facets of life. We can become more self-assured and self-sufficient by stepping outside of our comfort zone. We develop a sense of success and confidence in our talents when we take on new tasks and accomplish goals that 11 seemed unattainable. Every accomplishment, no matter how tiny, boosts our self-esteem and motivates us to keep going after our goals. Our increased self-assurance encourages us to take on new challenges and affects how others see us. which may lead to doors being opened to new experiences and opportunities. It's critical to understand that venturing outside of our comfort zones does not entail behaving rashly or without thought. It entails making calculated and intentional choices to seize chances for growth while controlling any dangers. It all comes down to striking a balance between ease and difficulty. We can successfully traverse this process by pushing ourselves to grow while keeping a sense of safety and control, setting reasonable goals, anticipating potential obstacles, and asking for help from peers or mentors. A mental adjustment is also necessary to embrace discomfort. It's critical to see discomfort as a sign of development and progress rather than as a bad experience. Changing the way we view discomfort can help us push past our comfort zones and take on new tasks. Rather than being afraid of failing or making errors, we should view them as important life lessons that further our personal growth. Achieving our goals and developing personally both depend on stepping outside of our comfort zones. It entails accepting discomfort, opening up to novel experiences, and pushing oneself to reach new heights. By doing this, we create possibilities for learning, strengthen our resilience, find new interests, encourage creativity, and boost our self-esteem. Even while it could feel difficult at first, the benefits of change and progress much outweigh the discomfort. By consciously choosing to move beyond our comfort zones, we enable ourselves to achieve greater things and build prosperous, meaningful lives. A crucial adjustment in viewpoint for success and personal development is accepting failure as a learning opportunity rather than a roadblock. Failure is frequently seen negatively and is linked to defeat, disappointment, and setbacks. But if you look at failure from a different angle, you may use it as a valuable teaching and learning tool. Redefining our perception of failure is the first step toward accepting it. Failure can be viewed as an important component of the learning process as opposed to an end in and of itself. Every setback offers a lesson or an epiphany that can advance us toward our objectives. An entrepreneur facing a failing company venture, for example, may learn vital lessons about client preferences, management styles, and market demands. By using these lessons in future undertakings, the probability of success will increase. We may lessen the fear and anxiety connected to failure and develop greater resilience in the face of adversity by changing our viewpoint to view it as a teaching opportunity. A crucial component of accepting failure is realizing that it is an inherent and unavoidable part of any path to achievement. Nearly everyone who is successful has failed at some point in their lives. Thomas Edison, for instance, is renowned for having attempted hundreds of times before creating the light bulb. Similar to this, before their work was published, many well-known authors had multiple rejections. Realizing that failure is a typical occurrence rather than an exceptional setback can help normalize the experience and make it less intimidating. This viewpoint inspires us to keep going and keep working toward our objectives. Understanding that failure is only a necessary phase in the process rather than a final destination will help you accept it more gracefully. In order to properly learn from failure, you must examine what went wrong and why, as this can offer important insights into areas that require work. Examining our approach tactics or decision-making procedures may be part of this examination. For instance, if a marketing campaign is unsuccessful in reaching its goals, a thorough analysis of the messaging, target audience, and campaign execution can indicate what needs to be changed. By taking the initiative to learn from our mistakes, we may improve our chances of success in the future by making well-informed improvements. Creating a welcoming environment is another essential component in accepting failure. Having individuals in our lives who share and understand our objectives may be a great source of inspiration and helpful criticism. A mentor, coach, or encouraging peer can provide insightful advice on how to deal with setbacks and help us along the path of growth and development. This network of support helps lessen the emotions of helplessness and annoyance that frequently accompany failure. Embracing failure also means creating a network of support and guidance to assist us move forward in building resilience. Resilience is the capacity to overcome obstacles and carry on in the face of failure. Developing a mindset that sees setbacks as chances for improvement rather than insurmountable hurdles is essential to building resilience. Resilience building strategies include having a positive mindset, being compassionate to yourself, and having reasonable expectations. People who possess resilience are more likely to bounce back from setbacks, modify their tactics, and keep going after their objectives with a fresh sense of purpose. Recognizing that our abilities and worth are not defined by our failures is also crucial. Failure does not imply incapacity or undeservingness of achievement. Rather, it is an indication of our readiness to take chances and go after big objectives. By keeping our self-worth apart from our successes and shortcomings, we may keep a positive outlook and prevent discouragement. This kind of thinking keeps us focused on our long-term goals and motivated even in the face of brief setbacks. A growth mentality must be fostered in order to accept failure. The idea that skills and intelligence can be developed via work, education, and persistence is known as a growth mindset. A fixed mindset, on the other hand, sees abilities as fixed and unalterable. Instead of viewing failure as a reflection of our shortcomings, adopting a growth mindset encourages us to approach it with curiosity and a desire to do better. We can use failure as a driving force for advancement if we concentrate on its possibilities for growth and development. While overcoming setbacks, it's critical to acknowledge and value the baby steps we take toward our objectives. These small successes can inspire us and strengthen our resolve, even in the face of obstacles. Recognizing our accomplishments helps keep us optimistic and motivated to keep working. Honoring these achievements gives us more confidence in our potential for success and motivates us to keep going. Success in life depends on learning to see failure as a learning opportunity rather than a roadblock. Failure can become an effective instrument for advancement if we reframe it, accept that it is inevitable, analyze and learn from it, create a supportive environment, build resilience, and cultivate a growth mindset. Failure is not what defines us. Rather, it presents us with possibilities to grow and important lessons to learn. By embracing this viewpoint, we can successfully overcome obstacles, keep working toward our objectives, and face challenges head-on. In conclusion, the path to reaching our objectives and personal development calls for a diverse strategy that includes realizing the influence of our beliefs, embracing discomfort, moving outside of our comfort zones, and seeing failure as a learning opportunity rather than an obstacle. After all, our beliefs create the reality we live in, affecting our self-perception in relation to our surroundings. We can create new opportunities for ourselves to progress by recognizing and confronting our limiting ideas. By accepting the discomfort that comes with moving outside of our comfort zones, we can broaden our perspectives, develop our resilience, and find new interests. When failure is seen through the lenses of learning and improvement, it becomes a valuable teacher, offering insights that propel us forward. Building resilience, fostering a growth mindset, and creating a supportive environment are key to navigating the challenges that come with stepping outside our comfort zones and embracing failure. Failure, though frequently feared, is an integral part of the growth process. By putting these ideas into practice, we enable ourselves to take decisive action toward our objectives, turn our weaknesses into assets, and in the end, design a more successful and meaningful life. We may continuously grow, realize our goals, and realize our full potential when we adopt these tactics with endurance and patience.